Hey, everybody, and welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
Your Lord of Pennies is here as well. Say hi, Satsu.
Why not? Well, as soon as I brought up anime a second ago and nothing happened,
I'm back.
something was wrong.
There he is.
There we
Say
go.
hi, Satsu.
Yep.
And joining us tonight, your Lord of Proud Boys. Say hi, Yosef.
Hi.
And I am your Lord of Punishment. Or, no, I'm not. I'm your Lord of Pain.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Hedge on my territory? Jesus.
I did almost a little bit. I did.
Damn.
I want to say hi to Yosef. We didn't get a chat before, but thank you so much for joining us tonight, man.
Appreciate you, coming on. Let me come on. I always enjoy coming on your channel and talking. It's fun.
Yeah, you're a great guest to have on because you have an opinion and you're not afraid to share it, which we're gonna get to later.
All right.
Before we get to then, how is everybody? Let's start with you, Scribe. How you doing tonight?
Again, slightly overheated. The air is a little bit clunky with the remnants of forests somewhere. But otherwise, doing okay.
Satsu, how's things with you?
I am dying of heat exhaustion.
Oh, shit.
Is it that bad where you're at?
Man, it's not really that bad. It's like the apartment we live in is like dungeon-like.
Oh.
And, even if you just open the door into the hallway of the apartment, it feels like I walked into a refrigerator compared to my fucking apartment. I don't know why, but no matter how many windows I open, how many fans I turn on, the air conditioner don't work. So it's just fucking death in this fucking place.
Sounds enjoyable. Yosef,
yeah.
how you been, man?
I've been good. Got a new job. Moved out deeper in the south, so I've been pretty good.
I am also well. Except I can barely feel my body right now, guys. And my whole body's going numb. It's an interesting feeling. It's kind of a non-feeling. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I've been there. I mean, I was really drunk to get there, but I've been there.
No, sadly, I'm sober as shit. What that reminds me, did I take my medicine? I think I did, so I'm not going to take anymore.
I don't recall you saying you did or didn't, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Do we have anything to go over before we get into the news tonight?
Just a reminder that tomorrow night I will be on my channel rather than Monkey's as per usual because of the switch for guests. And tomorrow night, granted that everything's lines up, our guest will be Weebo Jones.
Weebo, yeah, we haven't talked to her for a while.
After a long absence.
Yosef, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Now, as a Proud Boy, the Proud Boys are, how do I want to say, part of the protest going up in Portland. Is that right?
We was there. So, yes, we was there.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had that right because I swear I'd seen it in an article and then I didn't see anything else about it. Judge Death says, just put peppermint oil in your eyes again. You'll feel something. Look, I accidentally got peppermint oil in my eye again today. That fucking sucks, guys. Don't do that. And I wasn't drinking it. I put it just below my nose to keep my sinuses clear because of fucking Michigan weather. Yesterday it was like 90 out. Today it's like 70. And that kind of change fucks with me. All right, with that out of the way, we have to do the normal. So Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit the like button, guys. That really does help us out. And share our stuff. Down below, you will find links to Yosef's channel and his Twitter. Share his stuff as well. If you like a creator, the best thing you can do for them right now is share their stuff because YouTube doesn't do it.
No, not anymore.
No, and it's fucking weird. They're pushing, mainstream media crap, and it sucks. So if you like somebody, help them out by sharing their stuff.
Because
go ahead.
One thing I learned is once you get the yellow check mark, what it does is it stays on your channel. It doesn't go to recommended feeds.
Right. Yeah. And all of my stuff gets hit with that. So
same here.
If you guys like our stuff, share it. Scribbles, do we have news tonight?
We do, but it's kind of another potpourri night because, because first off, I couldn't give a shit less about Paul Manafort. And
was he in the news again?
Yeah.
his trial's still going on, and I don't care. Also, there's a special election in Ohio, and maybe people in Ohio care, but I don't. So I have potpourri.
I'm in Ohio, and I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I figured. I mean, I didn't see Satsu posting anything crazy on Twitter today about it, so I figured nobody gives a shit.
Well, the only reason anybody gives a shit about that one is because it's Trump has come out and endorsed somebody, and if they win again, as his other endorsements usually do, then it'll be another sign that that blue wave might not be happening. But anyhow,
yeah, I'm only going to pay attention to Paul Manafort if he decides to roll and submit some kind of evidence that shows that Trump committed a crime. Until that happens, I don't care about what he did 7 years ago in some tax fraud thing and everybody else trying to make. I heard people at Starbucks today like gaming out. Oh my God, if Trump pardons everybody in this Manafort thing, it's going to be totally chaotic. I'm like, why would Trump? Okay, I don't know. Anyway.
No, the thing I noticed, like I work at Home Depot, is I have like maybe a few liberal coworkers, and this one guy, he knows I'm conservative. And he was getting giddy with excitement, like, oh my God, like his guy, he might get in trouble. And they're gonna squeal on him, and he knows what's gonna happen. Like, why are you so excited for? Like, shit, like, are you aroused right now? Like,
got a boner because I hate boner.
Well, Yosef, would you like to be our Vanna White as I go through the potpourri categories and you pick our stories in whatever order you choose?
Oh, sure. Lay them down.
All right. So our categories today. That's the first time I did that just for the hell of it.
It is great.
We have Papa John's. We have American Fetus. We have Arizona Compound. We have Tesla. And lastly, the Wakanda Effect.
I kind of want to go with Papa John.
All right. So Papa John's blames Papa John for big sales decline.
Well, how do you blame? Okay, go ahead. Read the story before I freak out with this stupid shit.
Despite its best efforts to rehabilitate its brand, Papa John's is still paying for offensive remarks made by its founder. I doubt it, but that's just me.
That's
not the reason. That is not the reason. John Schnatter admitted last month to using the N-word on a conference call. He apologized and resigned as Papa John's chairman soon after Forbes published a story about the incident. On Tuesday, the company said its same-store sales in North America fell 10.5% in July and 6.1% in the most recent quarter. Quote, results have been challenged by recent events, Steve Ritchie, president and CEO of Papa John's Pizza, said in a statement. Our entire leadership team understands the importance of getting our culture and business improvements right. Shares fell more than 10% after hours. On a call with analysts, Ritchie said that Papa John's stakeholders agreed with the company to take Schnatter out of the public eye. Quote, I have spent a significant amount of time in recent weeks in the field talking with our franchisees, our customers, our drivers, and employees. Franchisees and partners have expressed overwhelming support for our decision to remove John as brand spokesperson. We are not dependent, nor should we be, on one person, he said.
But then how can you blame him for the problem?
Right. If he wasn't a keystone to the whole thing, how is his actions suddenly bring your entire stock down?
Look, I don't know anybody who is like, you know, I would buy this pizza. I really want pizza right now, but I'm not going to get it because this dude said the N-word, and especially within the context he was using. It's not like he was insulting somebody with it.
Yeah.
No.
It's fucking retarded. You know what happened? You guys made a bad decision publicly, and you're paying for it.
What was that old saying? Get woke, go broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that was a title of the book I came up with for when Starbucks finally goes under. From woke to broke, the Starbucks story.
Well, do you know that they pulling out a lot of their stores out of blue cities because they're not making no money?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. There's you know, what is it? Cutting off your nose to spite your face, kind of this mentality that they're doing to themselves is just nuts.
They could have, even if they decided, you know, let's do this because he was caught saying the N-word once. The fact that it was made such a big deal of, and forcing him out of not only as the face of the company, but forcing him out of the chairmanship and all of this, it's fucking idiotic. And most people, that wasn't Papa John's one of the ones who there was a big story about it with the NFL thing.
Yeah, because he was against the kneeling, I think it was.
Yeah, he was like, fuck it.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Companies need to stop making political statements.
Well, this is
sell your fucking product.
In this instance, it's kind of everybody's to blame because Schnatter resigned. He made that choice himself. He didn't have to do it. Now, he could have been. Now, if he hadn't resigned, maybe the board would have forced him out anyway. But that would be a whole different thing and bring up all the legal stuff that he's trying to sort of do a give me back on right now. But this whole thing is just stupid. And, you know, if nothing else, it just shows that Papa John's as a company doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. And so people are just staying away from it because it's like, A, their pizza sucks. And B, who wants to give money to a company that's this, you know, screwed up to begin with? So,
well, isn't it kind of ironic that the first controversy was him kind of blaming them losing money on the NFL kneeling thing? Because he wasn't really against the kneeling. He was just saying, looking at their numbers and their figures, that had an impact on it because the NFL was losing money, therefore they were losing money. And people got all pissed off and it's like, you're a racist because you know math. And now they're like, well, it's his fault.
Right. It's not a continuing trend that was already in process prior to this. No, it's John Schnatter's fault personally for all this happening.
Well, with what you said, yeah, he did resign.
Yes.
But then it was like, what, 2 days later, they're like, we're taking him off everything.
Right. Yeah, we're going to debrand him. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to remove him from the face of the world. Ranting Monkey, your avatar on the stream is perfectly covering Yosef's face. I'm sorry, Yosef.
Wow.
Anyway, go ahead.
But no, it's he showed that there was blood in the water and they attacked. He should have either doubled down or not give a shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
They would have forgot. They would have forgot within like 2 days because the news cycle is so quick. It's something new almost every other day.
Yeah, I mean, well, look what happened with Chick-fil-A. It's like, oh, big controversy, and they're still around, and they're still making lots of money, and nobody gave a shit because it's like, no, this is what we believe. This is how we operate, the end. And,
yeah, because they didn't make a big thing about it. They just, this is how it's going to be, and then they let it drop, and the news is the only one that have kept them in it. It's not like you have a statement from them every other fucking day.
Yeah, every time one of these companies sort of like puts their hands up and steps back and like, wait, we didn't do nothing. All you're doing is giving ground to a bunch of people who don't give a shit about your product in the first place. And then you go scrambling trying to solve a problem that you're making yourself essentially by making it into a problem. But anyway, so our remaining categories: American Fetus, Arizona Compound, Tesla, and the Wakanda Effect.
I got to go to Wakanda.
Okay. The Wakanda Effect? ? Black women are dominating magazine covers this month.
What's that got to do with Wakanda?
That's what I'm curious to know.
It's one of those things I just don't care. Like,
and now I read this to Monkey and Satsu before the stream started because this is an example of the brilliance of CNN writing. And it's just the first, it's not even a whole sentence, it's the first half of the first sentence. Beyonce said it herself in her own words.
That's so fucking stupid. Of course she said it in her own goddamn words.
Okay, Beyonce said it herself, in her own words, while reflecting on her historic Vogue cover and spread. Was it historic? Okay. Quote, when I first started 21 years ago, I was told it was hard for me to get onto covers of magazines because Black people did not sell, she said in a personal reflection for the iconic magazine. You've already told us that she said these. You start off the article by saying Beyonce said it herself. You then put in a quote, and then you tell us again that she said it. Like, thanks.
Just in case I forgot who said it.
Just in case I didn't get it yet. Quote, clearly that has been proven a myth, unquote. Clearly indeed. Yeah, because covers on Rolling Stone involving rappers have never sold before.
Never.
Nope. Ever. Covers on magazines. Vibe. Yeah, magazines of Vibe and ever. Rolling Stone. Fucking Sports Illustrated with football players, baseball. No, that's never sold before. You're right. Clearly, indeed. Looking across the spectrum of magazine covers this month, there is plenty of hashtag Black Girl Magic. Joining Beyonce, who is on the cover of the American Vogue that dropped Monday, is singer and actress Rihanna, who is on the cover of British Vogue, and Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o on the cover of Porter magazine. Blackish star Tracy Ellis Ross is on the September cover of Elle Canada, and actresses Zendaya and Tiffany Haddish are featured on the covers of Marie Claire and Glamour, respectively. The covers were greeted with plenty of excitement on social media.
Wait, hold on. Oh, hold on. They were greeted with lots of excitement after you just fed us the narrative that black people don't sell.
Shush, Satsu.
I'm just saying.
You're ruining the narrative. Let me finish this. Jesus, I got to get to the point. I think.
I don't think there is one.
Quote, "What a time to be alive," one person tweeted.
But because one person tweeted cover.
Okay, the importance of representation is, of course, not a new discussion in communities of color. But the abundance of these covers at a time when the United States feels, to many, more divided than ever over issues of race has been cause for even more celebration. And celebrate is exactly what fans did when it was reported that Beyonce would, in essence, take over Vogue for the month, selecting her shots, including the cover, overseeing the captions, and getting the publication to hire an African-American photographer, Tyler Mitchell, to shoot the cover for the first time in its 126-year history.
Okay.
The superstar gave a nod to that significance in her remarks in the issue. Okay, well, backing up a bit, Tyler Mitchell is the first African-American whomever to photograph for Vogue?
I guess so.
If that is true, that honestly surprises me. I will say that honestly surprises me. That 126 years, never before.
But here's the problem I'm having. I have never in my entire life given a shit who was on the cover of a magazine.
I know. Well, maybe Hustler.
No, thank you, Mashishu. To answer the debate from last night, I like both KFC and Popeyes, but Chick-fil-A tops them both.
Yes, they do.
I love Chick-fil-A, but I don't consider it a chicken place. You get chicken sandwiches there. You don't get whole chickens cooked, or at least not the last time I was there.
I don't know. One thing I'm so confused about the Black Panther. The Black Panther movie was just a shitty version of Batman. Like it was Batman, but like a couple IQ points removed. This is the Black Panther.
Thank you, P Dog Knight. Who told her that? Never heard of Naomi Campbell, Imam. Is that how you say her name?
Imam.
Tyra Banks or Tyson Beckford. Yeah. Hey, look.
No, she didn't say people on the cover. She said people who actually took the pictures of the people who are on the cover.
Well, I mean, okay, if you're talking about like these magazines have never sold because black people have been on them before this, that's bullshit. If you're talking about, like Satsu said, if this is the first time that Vogue has ever had an African-American photographer for its cover, again, I mean, if that is true, of all the other things she said so far, I would be surprised by that if that is true. But if that is true, hey, that's kind of kooky, honestly.
It is, and I'm wondering what's going to be the fundamental difference between a Negro picture and a hunky picture.
Well, it doesn't matter because Beyonce was calling the shots. The photographer doesn't have anything to do with this. He's just a servant to Beyonce.
Yeah, do they ever get to the Wakanda thing?
Well, I'm gonna jump down the article to where we get to that point because
I'm curious.
Yeah, she goes over a whole bunch of quotes and other sort of examples and things, but now. Now she's quoting, so I'll start a little bit upwards. Maisha Kai, managing editor of The Glow Up, I don't know what that is, wrote about the need to support the publications that featured women of color on their covers and offered her theories as to why it is all happening now. Quote, "And to what do we owe this tremendous pleasure? The Fenty effect? The Wakanda effect? The Beychella effect?" Okay, I don't know what Fenty or Beychella is. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
Okay, I don't know. The I'm rooting for everybody black effect, all of the above, she wrote. Or perhaps it's the 2017 Nielsen series on Black Girl Magic hashtag that turned the rest of the world onto what we've been knowing, that our love and loyalty are strong when and where we feel represented.
What?
Wait, so 13% of the population is doing all this?
That's what's blowing my mind. Okay,
I'm confused.
Let's try to connect the dots here.
Please do, because I don't get it.
Okay, black people on magazines don't sell, which is why they don't put black people on magazines. Mm-hmm. Now black people are on magazines, and all of a sudden they sell now. But we still have an issue with, diversity and everything. So we got to get more black people on magazines so that way they can not sell more.
Okay, everybody, I'm starting a new fundraiser to get Satsu on the cover of Vogue.
Yay!
And I am starting a fundraiser to prevent it.
Hate Camel says Fenty is Rihanna's last name and the name of her makeup line. Okay, all right. I did not know that. I don't know what the.
I thought her last name was Ouch.
Oh,
come on, Monkey.
What?
There are 2 black people in this.
What I did? What I did wrong?
Well, if according to Twitter, I don't count. I'm a white supremacist, Nazi, hate.
Yeah.
Yosef looks black, but he's not.
Yes.
Okay.
White liberals, I'm not.
Well, Wakanda aside, we have remaining American Fetus, Arizona compound. Sorry, not Arizona, New Mexico compound. I was saying that wrong the whole time. And Tesla.
How did you mix up Arizona and New Mexico?
I was looking. I was looking at the tab and just saw the beginning of the title and not the whole thing, and I was just anyway. Which do you prefer, Yosef?
Say it one more time.
American Fetus, New Mexico compound, and Tesla.
I'm going to go with Elon Musk.
Elon Musk says going private is best path forward for Tesla.
Real quick, there's a thing. Sanguine, thank you. Nah, her eyeliner is Love Tap, though. That's regarding Rihanna. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't have a business degree, so I don't know what it says to take a currently public company private, if that is a concession or some wise move. Maybe this will tell us. Elon Musk's latest big idea is daring even by his standards. He wants to turn Tesla into a private company. He stunned investors on Tuesday with a tweet saying he had already lined up the funding, and he told employees it would relieve the electric car company of the, quote, enormous pressure of Wall Street's expectations. In a letter to Tesla workers that was posted on the company's blog, Musk called his idea, quote, the best path forward. As a public company, we are subject to wild swings in our stock price that can be a major distraction for everyone working at Tesla, all of whom are shareholders, he wrote. He also said trading its stock publicly, quote, means that there are large numbers of people who have the incentive to attack the company. Musk has complained repeatedly about short sellers who profit when Tesla stocks drop. Musk, the CEO and largest shareholder, said on Twitter that the private funding valued Tesla at $420 per share. Tesla is already the most valuable automaker in the U.S.
Wow.
There's a lot of things that going private will do for a company. Among other things, you don't have to worry about the SEC anymore, the Security Exchange Commission. If it's a good idea or not, I don't know. I've never worked for Tesla or looked at their stuff, but there are a lot of companies that go public for that initial push of money.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be, I don't know, better off, but definitely served well by being a private company instead.
This is me without an MBA, so I don't know what the back and forth of it is. It's interesting to me that he sort of like just, ambushed everybody with this. It was just like, oh, by the way. So I don't know what that means, but hey, whatever.
I think it's good for him because now he really will have fuck you money.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it's not like he was lacking funds to begin with. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
No, but now because people are start attacking Elon Musk because I think the left don't like that he's a dirty centralist. You know,
Yes.
He's also the B word.
Billionaire.
All right. Yeah, and then of course follows that is just CNN's analysis, which we can do ourselves. So lastly, we have two left. We got American fetus and New Mexico compound.
Let's do the fetus. I'm curious.
I'm very curious about this one.
All right. American Airlines discovers apparent fetus in plane bathroom.
Wait, what?
I'm no longer curious.
An American Airlines cleaning crew found, quote, what appears to be a fetus, unquote, in the lavatory of a plane early Tuesday morning, spokesman Justin Franco told CNN. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner in New York confirmed it is, quote, investigating what we believe to be a human fetus found deceased on an airplane. Quote, we will release determination when investigation is complete. That's
any OGs of my channel will understand this reference, but apparently Cletus the fetus finally escaped.
Oh dear God. Satsu, you're bad. That's horrible.
The plane arrived to LaGuardia Airport from Charlotte, North Carolina, late Monday evening, and the discovery was made during the aircraft's scheduled cleaning at around 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. The cleaning crew immediately contacted their manager, who in turn contacted law enforcement. Quote, as we continue to learn more about this tragic and sensitive situation, we are actively cooperating with law enforcement in their investigation, a statement from American Airlines said. The Port Authority Police, which has jurisdiction over New York's LaGuardia Airport, deferred calls on the incident to the Queens District Attorney's Office. There you go.
You can't just leave a fetus in a bathroom, people.
So I got a question. What if this happened on a train? If this happened on a train, would they call this a miscarriage?
Oh my God. He went full Scribe joke there.
Damn.
Thank you, Sanguine. To be fair, mother didn't have 2 tickets. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Y'all are savage tonight. What the fuck?
That's awesome, though.
What's going on?
All right. And unfortunately, in a similar vein regarding, well, children after a fashion, the last story, remains of boy found during search of New Mexico compound. This gets creepy. I've read a little bit more about this already earlier today. This is weird. The remains of a young boy were found on a compound in rural New Mexico where 11 emaciated children were discovered last week.
Holy shit.
But it is unclear whether the remains found Monday are those of a missing Georgia boy, Abdul Ghani Wahaj, who was nowhere to be found after authorities stormed the complex on Friday. The boy's father was suspected of abducting him 8 months ago from Clayton County, Georgia. Taos County Sheriff Jerry Hogreif said the positive identification of the remains is pending an autopsy. Quote, we discovered the remains yesterday, the sheriff said, getting choked up, on Abdul's 4th birthday. The boy's father, Siraj Wahaj, was arrested Friday along with his sisters Hujra Wahaj and Sabana Wahaj after authorities raided the compound. The three and two other adults. The three and two other adults also arrested, Lucas Morton and Janie Lavelle, are accused of keeping the children in an underground trailer with virtually no food or water. New Mexico authorities learned in May about the abduction, the sheriff said, but surveillance of the property didn't identify Wahaj or his son there. The breaking point for us, quote unquote, in the search for Abdul Ghani came last Thursday when New Mexico authorities received a tip about possible starving children living on the compound. Authorities were searching for the father and son and anyone else, quote, whose welfare may be compromised. The sheriff said interviews after the raid led authorities to return to the property on Monday with a good idea of where to search for Abdul Ghani. Abdul Ghani's mother, Hakima Ramzi, could not be reached after authorities announced the discovery of the remains. I'm still trying to get to, like, what were these guys doing out there? Was it like a religious thing or some kind of, like, cult deal?
I think that's a religious thing.
Suspect's father is a controversial religious leader. Wahaj is the son of a prominent and controversial New York imam of the same name, Siraj Wahaj. The imam was the first Muslim to offer an opening prayer before the U.S. House of Representatives, a Muslim alliance in North America said. He was also a character witness for convicted 1993 World Trade Center bombing mastermind Omar Abdel Rahman. In a January Facebook post, Imam Siraj Wahaj called for the safe return of his 3 children and 12 grandchildren. On Tuesday, Imam Siraj Wahaj said his son and 2 of the women arrested are his children. Quote, I want to first express my gratitude for law enforcement for helping to locate my family. We've been working together since my grandson was taken. My immediate concern is the safe return of Abdul Ghani to his mother. This is okay. Weird. And then it starts going into the living conditions. It starts giving details on the compound. This is just all sorts of nutbag. So I hope, well, after a fashion, I hope the remains that they found are of the grandson, so at least they have an idea of what happened to him. On the other hand, I hope it's not him, but then you said regardless, there's a kid dead. It's a kid's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dead kid, it doesn't really matter. But 11 emaciated, starving children in the desert. Why? What the fuck is wrong with you people?
How do you get to this point where this is like, you just wake up in the morning, have your coffee, and then you go to your dungeon? Like,
yeah, no shit. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I've never understood that shit.
Anyway, that's all the stories that I had pulled up for today.
All right. I don't have any. Satsu, you got anything?
No, not story-wise, just general fuckery.
Yeah, we'll get to the general fuckery. Until then, we're going to go on over to hashtag MSS News. Me, my news voice on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a story you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to them all, but we do appreciate every submission. Scribe.
Thanks, monkey.
You fucker.
Okay, so let me get to the thingy and take off the filter that
fucking moo.
Oh, is there a tailed? Is there a tailed here?
Tailed in chat.
Goat thrapple. Okay, here we go. This one comes from Subcon Jazz. North Carolina boy 9 robbed at gunpoint while selling lemonade.
Jesus Christ!
Are you fucking serious?
How do you? What a fucking world!
That sounds like some shit I would do on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, no shit.
Deputies in North Carolina say they're seeking a teenager who robbed a 9-year-old's lemonade stand at gunpoint. The Union County Sheriff's Office said Sunday that the stick-up happened near a traffic roundabout in Monroe, about 30 miles southeast of Charlotte. Deputies say the young drink vendor reported that a male teenager with a camouflage hat and black shirt placed a black handgun to the boy's stomach Saturday, demanded money, and then fled on foot. Sheriff spokesman Tony Underwood tells the Charlotte Observer less than $20 in cash was stolen.
Did you really need the gun? It's a little kid.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he 5-starred them on a Yelp. At least that.
Authorities found a camouflage hat, a black BB gun handgun, and a stolen metal tin in some nearby woods. Deputies believe the suspect left a bicycle in the brush for his getaway.
What an asshole.
You know, the BB gun was probably worth at least the $20 you stole.
Right. I'm trying to the thought process behind that. I'm trying to think of a rational human being sitting down and saying, I'm about to do this. Like formulating the whole plan is like, yep, this isn't insane at all.
Like, yeah, that little kid down there, that delicious ass lemonade. I bet he got the money. Yeah, he probably got a lot of money on him. Yeah, mad bank over there, yo.
Okay, let's see. Which one of these two do I do? Okay, this seems more... Sure, we'll just go for disturbing, because why not? Tonight's the night for it, apparently. This comes from...
Before you do, thank you, Johnny Hellcat. My friend's daughter's lemonade stand was shut down permit patty style.
Oh, great.
Yeah, nice.
This one comes from Massive Dynamics. German couple jailed for selling son to pedophiles on Darknet.
What the fuck?
I saw that one.
A German mother and her partner have been sentenced to more than a decade in prison for selling the woman's young son for sex on the internet. News agency DPA reported the Freiburg State Court sentenced the woman, who has been identified only as Baron T, in line with German privacy rules. I don't know. I think if someone's willing to sell children off to pedophiles, they should be a known quantity. But
Yes,
that's
put
just
their
my
name out there. Fuck
that's just
them.
my American sensibilities talking. She's been sentenced to 12 and a half years in prison. Her partner, Christian L., was sentenced to 12 years, period. The court ruled that the man, who had a previous conviction for child abuse, must remain in preventative custody after serving his sentence. The 48-year-old woman and 39-year-old man were accused of repeatedly abusing the boy, now 10, and selling him to other men on the dark net for more than 2 years.
Yeah, shoot them both in the face.
The abuse was filmed. Yeah.
You know what? This would be a good thing to reinstate Doc out for. Stick him in a nice Hitler shower and be done with it.
Okay, moving on. Let's see what else we have. I somehow doubt that story is true. I think this might be fake news. Griffin sends us a story. I'm going to read the headline. You guys tell me if you want me to read it. Smallville star confesses she sold children to the Rothschilds.
I don't know. It's Hollywood. I wouldn't put it past them.
It's from yournewswire.com. I have a feeling it's probably not true.
That don't sound right to me.
Moving on. Let's see. Okay, this one comes from Top Ramen Lewis. Thanks to crazy inflation, $1 US will get you 925,000 gallons of premium gas in Venezuela.
Holy shit.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Dude,
Their
at that point,
shit, man.
it is worth going to Venezuela with $1, getting gas, and coming back.
God, you could be a Venezuelan millionaire.
I got one in the chat on our side.
What if we told you there's a land where premium gasoline flows like water, where a single US dollar could net you nearly 925,000 gallons of the good stuff? This is no fairy tale. This is the reality on the ground in Venezuela, and it's more like a nightmare as the country continues to grapple with the worst economic crisis in modern history.
Yep.
There's no short answer to how the country arrived at this point, but
yes, there is. Yes, there is. They fucking tied their money to their oil, and the oil market just dropped out. That's what happened. And instead of dealing with it like fucking human beings, their socialist bitch asses started just printing money. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But 5 straight years of a brutal recession has given way to dangerous shortages of essential goods and hyperinflation of the Venezuelan bolivar approaching 1,000,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Things like food and public transit have disappeared from the shelves and streets. I was about to say, I don't think if public transit is on the shelf, then I think you might have something else going on there. The government of President Nicolas Maduro is rapidly losing support and closing ranks following an apparent assassination attempt over the weekend. The country's ties to the international economic order are fraying. Yeah, Venezuela. Yeah,
I wonder what will be cheaper to buy a boat to go down to Venezuela and just buy all the gas coming to America.
It would.
Yeah, just get a couple of gallons worth. You'd be set for life.
Yeah.
Let's see. How about this one comes from Jack the motherfucking Cockring. Florida woman, high on meth, ran around naked in park because she believed a giant spider was on her. Okay, St. Petersburg, Florida. A Florida woman was arrested on Sunday after police say she stripped naked and ran around at a public park because she believed a giant spider was on her and she had to get away from it. And from her mugshot, I have a feeling I wouldn't have wanted to see her naked. St. Petersburg police arrested 40-year-old Danielle Teeples on Sunday at Bartlett Park around 2:15 p.m. Oh, good, right in the broad daylight. Police say that Teeples was completely nude and that there were numerous people in the park at the time of the incident. Police say that traffic on 4th Street South was heavy at the time of the incident and that numerous vehicles were slowing and honking at Teeples as they saw her behavior. Oh, God. According to an arrest report, Teeples was, quote, acting erratically and rubbing her hair and breasts while screaming and running between 2 trees. Yeah, she admitted to recently using drugs, surprise, surprise, such as crack cocaine, spice, and crystal meth. She also
so not just one, she was like tripping balls, man.
Oh God. She also said she believed a giant spider was on her and she had to get away from it. She was arrested and charged with exposure of sexual organs.
Jesus.
Okay. Well,
thank you, Sanguine. This is about the last story. There's a one-word answer, socialism. That is the short, simple answer of how it got that way. Yes and no, because they were able to get away with socialism as long as the oil market was where it was. Yeah, they screwed themselves.
Let's see. I don't really care about that one. This one also comes from Massive Dynamics. You must. I can't imagine what your search terms are when you're looking for MSS News. But okay, good Christ. Where is this at? Okay, this is from Britain, Metro UK.
Real quick, point curation. Thank you. Dispatch require multiple backup immediately for the crazy bitch. Yeah,
naked spider lady. Police officer who raped a baby is jailed after being caught by his colleagues.
Shoot him.
Okay, a police officer has been jailed for 16 years for raping a baby, then sending the video to other pedophiles. PC Dean Roberts, 48, was caught out by colleagues when they arrested another child abuser and found footage on his phone sent by Roberts.
Wow.
I'm going to stop there because I've already said more than I needed to tell you what happened, and I'm not going to get into the details because my stomach's already turning. Let me find something a bit happier to talk about before we wrap up MSS News here in a minute.
We need a giant catapult for these people. And what we'll do is we'll aim it towards the sea. And we'll pull them back, and we'll put a blade right in front of their necks right before we let them go. And we'll just shoot their severed bodies into the ocean.
Okay, here we go. How about something that's kind of funny? This comes from Frosted Glass, who, as far as I can tell, created their Twitter account purely for sending us MSS News stories.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This is from the Daily Wire. Someone calculated how much the Democratic Socialist agenda would actually cost.
Oh.
Do you guys have any guesses before I read the round figure?
20 billion.
It's in the trillions. I know that much.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's going to be. I think it should be like 21 trillion or it's like 31 trillion. This is really, really high. It will blow out. It will blow out America.
$42 trillion just to start.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Brian Riddell, a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute and a reporter for Vox Media, set out to calculate exactly how much the Democratic Socialist agenda, as embraced by such economic luminaries as Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, would actually cost American taxpayers, and even he seemed surprised at the result. In a study published at Vox, Riddell claims implementing the full Democratic Socialist slate of programs, including a single-payer healthcare system, free college, and a guaranteed minimum wage job, will cost at least $42 trillion, and that's just a start. Riddell's numbers aren't based on conservative think tank estimates either. His costs come straight from the Urban Institute, a left-leaning organization generally predisposed to favoring large-scale government interventions. A single-payer healthcare system is the most expensive at around $30 trillion. A minimum wage job for every American who isn't currently employed would cost another $6.8 trillion, and free college would run around $8 trillion. But there's more. Senate Democrats, even moderate ones, want at least $1 trillion for infrastructure updates and $1.4 trillion to pay off existing student loan debt. The congressional budget also runs $12.4 million in the red.
Wow.
So there you go. That's some math right there.
So, how about those bread lines?
Yeah, no shit. I have another story.
Okay.
This one comes to us from Yosef. He actually put it over in the side chat. NFL games will feature male dancers on sidelines for the first time this season.
Oh, goody.
And I just had to make one joke. I heard they kneel on both knees.
Damn you. With new rules making commonplace tackling a 15-yard penalty, the action between the sidelines in the NFL might look different than we've ever seen before, but it isn't stopping there. For the first time in league history, the NFL will feature male cheerleaders / dancers during games, with the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints already having male cheerleaders set to dance on their squads when the season kicks off this month. Yeah, and it just mentions that there's other teams that do it. So yeah, if you like gay dancers, there'll be some on the sidelines. And let's be honest, I'm not being mean here. Let's just be honest. They're going to be gay.
Of course, gay.
You can't spread your legs that wide without being a gay dude. Go ahead.
This is I wonder what they're going to blame their decline in revenue after this.
Oh, homophobes.
Yeah, it's all the homophobes in the NFL. Yeah.
So you're telling me it's going to be big old, huge black guys kneeling against the flags, and then other big old black guys in booty shorts sashaying on the sidelines. It's going to be very, very healthy for the feminist section of the NFL audience. Like, they are really going to appreciate that.
Yeah, the NFL is slowly becoming one of the most dangerous places for women.
Sanguine, thank you so much. So the Saints ram which team? Yeah, don't make that joke. With that, guys, thank you so much for the submissions to MSS News. It's y'all help us out more than you realize. And with that, we're going to move on to YouTube time, and we're going to start with our guest, Yosef. What have you been working on lately?
Trolling with the left. And I kind of went underground with my trolling. So recently, there's one area in Atlanta. I did something to piss off Atifa, where I just at late at night I got some the spray on glue and glued the OK symbol around the neighborhood I knew Atifa was at. So I knew that nobody would get it, but I know Atifa would know what it is. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I did is say, if I ever get caught, it'd be really hard to call me a white supremacist when there's a black Jew putting up the OK symbol.
It's amazing to me how much shit you get for being a white supremacist, given your heritage.
The past 2 weeks, I've been called almost every single day. I've been called a Nazi every single day, pretty much.
You're a weird Nazi. I just want to throw that out there.
Extremely weird.
Yeah, I don't think you're doing it right.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. I was supposed to do this before we kick into YouTube time. Chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier has a birthday today.
What?
Yes. Thank you, Gregory Hurst. Kneeling in the NFL now has a different connotation, indeed. So, Colleen, are you out there?
Sorry about that.
Yosef, we're about to sing "Happy Birthday." You're welcome to sing along. We don't try to make it sound good, so you don't have to worry about if you sound bad. But this is Colleen. She's been with us for quite a while, and she sends us all kinds of Florida man stories, and that's what we're about to do. So, Colleen, are you out there? Are you listening? This one's for you, and a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Colleen.
Happy birthday to you.
You got a lot of time on your hands.
Happy birthday, dear Chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier.
You ain't have to say the whole thing like that.
Happy birthday
to our senior staff reporter.
I hope you had a great birthday. I really do, Colleen, and thank you for everything that you contribute to the channel here. With that, Satsu, what you work on today?
Not a damn thing. No, I uploaded the usual suspects on my other channel. I also did a stream today because I did a stream to do the crossover for Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy. Today, I did the crossover for Final Fantasy for Monster Hunter because they both decided to do dual crossovers in each other's games. And I did that stream today. So that'll be re-uploading tomorrow in a more compact form. I also got a chance to test my internet, test the streams on my new internet and Monkey. The results are good.
Oh, that's right. You got your 1 gig, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I bumped everything up to 1080, 1920 to 1080 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And everybody was saying I was streaming and recording at the same time, pretty much maxed out, and everybody was like, it's good to go. So cool. We should be good. Hopefully we don't have any issues with like drop frames and stuff. And yeah, I'm excited for our next stream.
Awesome. By the way, guys, that will be tomorrow night as we do the 7 Days to Die audience. What's the word? Open server. That's what I was trying to say. We do not have one tonight. And yes, Boatman, I am jealous because my internet is pitiful. Scribbles, what'd you work on?
I'm started a script on a little video from a little outlet called Now This. They put out usually like short little snippets of interviews with interesting people or subject matter and such. And the subject of this particular video is a freelance writer talking about various things, but it's more interesting because interspersed in this video, at least so far as I've watched it, they put in little clips from TV shows that I suppose are meant to enhance what the person's talking about. So I'm kind of getting like 3 videos worth in one for like a 5-minute piece. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm still looking into it, and it just caught my attention. So that is what I'm currently working on.
Ranting Monkey, I got to say this one thing as we're streaming, because I deal with the media a lot. Somebody just asked me, Yosef, do the Proud Boys see owning liberals as a sport, like scoring points for an MMORPG? Like, what kind of question is that? What is wrong with it?
Well, you know what? I'm going to write that down. Hold on. Owning libs. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a few because that is an interesting topic that I'd like to discuss. But first, it's time for internet fuckery. This is the time, Yosef. We used to do YouTube drama, but I don't really care about that. So we've moved on to internet fucketry, and that's just anything stupid we've happened to run across on the internet each day. And
which could include YouTube stuff.
Yes, it can include YouTube. Mostly it's been Twitter, though, because holy shit.
Well, YouTube is getting kind of depressing. Let's go stick with Twitter.
The only thing I saw today was the Candace Owens stuff.
Apparently, that was crazy.
Well, I can't see it directly because Candace has me blocked.
She does. Wow, how did that happen?
This happened way back when she first reemerged on the scene. I said something to her that offended her, and she blocked me, and I've been blocked ever since. I don't know what it was.
Britney Street and Sean King. I'm sad.
I think it was something to do with Social Autopsy and how she hadn't taken it down yet. And yeah, she was very touchy about that stuff at the time. Oh well. But for those of you who don't know, Candace Owens and who is she with? Oh shit.
Charlie, whatever his name is.
Charlie Kirk.
He's such a generic white guy.
Yes, he is. But they were having coffee this morning and they got accosted by a bunch of she said they were Antifa. I don't know if that's true, but let's call them racist liberals because that's what they were. Sweet Jesus, they were bad. If you haven't seen the video, I saw what I did see of it through Phil DeFranco's video today. I mean, they're literally screaming in her face. This woman's just out to have breakfast and literally has to deal with assholes screaming in her face. And I get the whole, you know, you don't like people. But this whole thing of challenging people in public like this, that's not even challenging. That's just being a fucking douche to him.
Yeah. Charlie Kirk is his name. I found it.
Yeah. This shit needs to stop. And I don't know that there's a law or anything for it, but I think if somebody has a megaphone literally 2 inches from your face, you should be able to push it into theirs, at the very least.
Yeah, stuff like that is people, because this is the reason why the Proud Boys exist. Because I was talking to this one reporter where she was asking how come the Proud Boys, you know, go to these rallies and beat up the leftists. Like, well, you forgetting the whole context that in 2016 you guys were beating up Trump supporters and harassing us. And to this day, you continue doing this, and you won't call out your side. And like, you guys are a bunch of hypocrites. Because if it was a bunch of white people harassing a black liberal, it'd be all over news. It'd be a whole panel. It'd be a whole town hall. You know, they will wheel out Al Sharpton to say obvious things. Which thing I know is Al Sharpton he just say things that everybody agrees with. He says the obvious. So like, you guys are just hypocrites. Like, I don't like Candace Owens. I made multiple videos on Candace Owens. But like, still leave her alone. Like, come on, dude.
Excuse me. Yeah, I am Cancer says she didn't mind screaming at Blair White's face. Those two were having a discussion. They were screaming back and forth.
Yeah, they were literally in a debate setting, like both yelling at each other. Like, that's not comparable. Sorry.
Even with that, she didn't go to that debate with good attention. Say that.
Sorry, guys. Lady Monkey brought me food, and I was trying to eat it quickly and carefully, but I kept missing my mark. I'm not a fan of Candace Owens. I don't hate her. I think she's an opportunist. I think she's a very good marketing person, and because of that, I'm not sure she believes what she says because of the way she switched. And I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if you believe in what she's saying, then she's a good mouthpiece for what you believe. However, that's not a reason to treat her like shit. And then to treat the police that are there like shit and chant at them that there's no unracist police. That's fucking moronic. And I've noticed this a lot more from the Antifa crowd. They keep saying this, you know, that the police are all racist. There was that one video not long ago where they were screaming racial slurs at a black police officer.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're trying to fulfill a prophecy that's not actually happening. And this has been a tactic for them for a long time. You keep saying it and you keep saying it and you keep saying it. And then when it finally happens, when you finally push those people to the edge that you've been accusing so much, and they finally lash out and say, okay, well, fuck it. If I'm going to be labeled this way, then I might as well just do it. And they're like, see, they were that way all along. It's like, no, you just made them hate black people over a series of years of constantly fucking being in their face, telling them that they hate black people. And they're like, you know what? I'm starting to.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
Like, I've been into actually online debate on a smaller channel with a bunch of black nationalists, and I was like 2 seconds away from calling, like, goddamn, get your back to Africa. Like if, like, they pushed me there. And I actually called them a bunch of apes through the stream because I was that angry. Like, I'm black and you making me, they join the alt-right. And it's literally impossible for me to do that. Jewish and black. But man, they're looking good right now.
Circus Zero, thank you so much. So the Anita for the right. Not really. I've never found Anita to be that convincing.
Well,
go ahead.
I think what Candace Owens is, what this is the same thing with Trump, where, like, I'm not the biggest Trump fan. I tell people I think he's hilarious, but the things that certain things I wish he would do, like stop tweeting us as much. Like, you're forcing us to defend this person we really don't like.
You know, we've had that conversation many times here. Stop making me defend people I'm not a big fan of. So much of what we see about Trump is utter bullshit. And then the big things, the important things, get overlooked because we're so busy arguing over whether or not or how bad it is that he has 2 scoops of fucking ice cream.
Fefe. Like,
oh yeah, he fucked up his tweet, and I get it. Yeah, have some fun, but that was a much bigger story than it needed to be.
That went on for 3 days.
Oh man.
Even when Bill Shapiro was on Bill Maher's, he kept defending Trump. Like, why am I defending Trump for it? It was just he's just so crazy. Like, I don't want to defend this guy. I didn't vote for him, but he forced me to defend Trump on just like the bare minimal truth.
Yes. And there's a lot of like Candace right now. I don't want to defend Candace. I'm not a fan of hers, but what you guys did there was douchey. I mean, there's no reason to do that to somebody. But anyway, I saw that today, and then of course it was National Black Women's Equal Pay Day.
All right.
For those of you who are unaware, apparently, while women only make anywhere from, depending on who you ask, 60 to 80% of what men do, Black women only make 63%. And the graphic I saw had women on average 80 cents to what a man makes, and Black women 63%. And I'm just wondering why businesses aren't hiring only Black women.
Well, I got a question. I got it. Maybe it's because of the single motherhood in the Black community, where they're going to get high paying jobs because they're busy taking care of a deadbeat child.
Well, it's the same thing that the wage gap has always been. It's choices you make in what kind of work you're doing. Because somebody put out a list of the pay based on each ethnicity and sex. Like Asian males make the most of all of us.
They won't ever say that though. They'll always leave that off the graph.
Everything you saw today was versus white men. What Black women make versus white men, not versus Asian men, because you know that. It's like, wait a minute, they're a minority. How are they doing so well? But yeah, when you're working at Safeway, you're not going to make as much as a businessman if he's worth his salt. So it's all of the things that the wage gap has always been. It's just that when it comes to Black women specifically, they have even less opportunity in a lot of instances because of like where they live. If you look at Ferguson, there's not a lot of places for people to get good jobs. Hi, baby. My plate is right there. It's the top one of that stack there. Oh, thank you, baby. She just brought me more food, y'all.
Oh, she loves you.
I'm sorry I didn't see the text come through.
That's okay. You're doing a show.
I love you, baby. So yeah, aren't Black women the most educated group in America, though? I don't know where you got that stat from, Faith.
No, I know where he got that stat from. He got it from Black activists. Yeah, they are the ones who put that stat out. They are the most educated women in America. Yeah.
Well, if you break it down, it's mostly gender studies and Black history.
I was about to say the most educated, but in what subjects?
Yeah, but I was just stating specifically where they got the metric from, and how their narratives clash every fucking time they open their mouth.
I wouldn't have a problem with it, but also, how long have they been the most educated? If they've only been the most educated group for the last 10 years, it would make sense that they're still not at the top of any pay scale.
Well, here, the thing that fucks with me, that throws this whole narrative on its head, and if people would actually stop and think for more than 10 seconds about what is being said and presented to them. So you're saying women on average that are Black are getting paid, less than whatever. That means that every company that employs Black women are guilty of breaking the law, right?
Yes.
So we have a whole day to bring light to this. And then the next day, the world continues to turn exactly how it was. So either this is not happening, or like y'all don't really think it's that big of an issue. Like you just wanted to have a day where you're like, this is a thing, guys. All right, back to business.
You bring up a good point. They would have to be breaking the law for this to be true.
Yeah, like all these and all the companies that are backing this narrative, who are saying we support the women, and they're basically saying yes, we pay women less. Like they say, we are breaking the law, but we're being woke right now, so this is a different situation.
Where are all the laws?
Broke.
I never understand. Like they make these claims, and then I ask, and I'm happy to be corrected. Where is the epidemic of lawsuits of actual pay inequality? And on the flip side, and I've done too many videos on this, where are the lawsuits of race, gender, orientation discrimination for those who are not gay or black or whatever else, when all these companies start touting their diversity programs and how they seem to be saying we hire on the basis of these factors, which kind of violates civil rights laws?
Well, I mean, they don't they definitely.
I know, but all the same, it just boggles my mind. It's like you never see lawsuits on the side of things that they want to complain about, but neither do you see them on the things that should be complained about.
Thank you, Sanguine. He says, compared to percentages of the population, they've been the most over-repped for like 2 decades. Okay, I can see that. But yeah, it doesn't make a lot of a difference if you don't have opportunities, or if you're going in for the wrong fucking degrees. If you're going into gender studies or race studies, there's no career for that.
That's not real degrees. That's like I don't count that as a real degree.
It's not. There's nothing you can do with that other than go, yeah, I have a degree.
Yeah, like an English major.
Yeah. But that's why what they do is so effective right now, because if we were to go by percentages, representation in America is fine. As a matter of fact, it's disproportionate in the opposite direction, like from what they're complaining about, if we were going to go by percentages. But obviously they don't want to do that, because that would bring us to some real numbers, and that would shut them down. But with the rhetoric that they're pushing and the way that they're pushing it, because of the percentages, there will never, ever be a level of acceptable representation. And they know that. It doesn't matter what happens, it will never be acceptable. So they can just complain forever. Like, it'll never be at the point where they want it to be, because even if the tables were to turn completely and they successfully wiped all white people off of television, there would still be a disproportion. Like there's no way to fix it, or at least no way to reach the goals, because there's no 50-50, because the population is not 50-50. Like, it just isn't. So you can't get to that point where there's equal representation. Like, it's literally pretty much statistically impossible. By their metric, not by realistic metrics. So, like, if we were going by percentages, yes, we could probably attain 13% black, whatever, and in the media or whatever. But 50-50, that still doesn't account for all the other races and all the other marginalized groups. It's statistically impossible. But that's what makes it brilliant, because they're like, we don't ever have to stop complaining, because it'll never be good enough.
I got a question, Seth. Do you notice that whenever they talk about anything that's black related, they all talk about black females and never talk about black males?
Oh, of course.
Because even I did a video, this was like a year ago, where I went on Black Lives Matter's webpage, and I noticed there was nothing about black males in the about section.
Well, that's because black men are the white people of black people, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen too many times where the complaint has been black women sacrifice their time and their money and their energy to defend black men, but black men never do anything to help black women. I've seen that a couple of times, and I've never quite understood, like, how does that exactly work? And if that were the case, why would you waste your time? I don't know. But then, what do I know? I'm white.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm white too.
Just ask any of the black dudes that are trying to do anything respectable or good for those black women and being told to fuck off.
Michael, thank you. I had to take an African American history class. The first day they talked about how important Black studies is. I have no problem with studying the history of women or Blacks or Asians or any group, because there are there are significant things that were done if you're going to break it down by color. I much prefer just a general history course where you cover, everybody.
Yeah,
but I have no problem.
Black history, Asian history, white or whatever history. It's all just American history.
The problem comes in when they make degrees for that shit. It's a degree of nothing. It literally nothing.
No, I got two friends right now who have a African American history degree and one who have a degree in communication, and they both
communication. Jesus, yeah.
And they was making fun of me at my last job, like, I got a master's degrees. Like, but you owe like $300,000 to the government, and I owe $3,000 to the government. I make more money than you. Like, you would never pay that off with your degree, like ever.
No. And then, do you know how many people? I used to work at Walmart, and I was a supervisor. Do you know how many people worked for me that had bachelor's or master's degrees? And they were stocking shelves for me. I have no degree, guys. I never went to college. And yeah, they were working for me because they had degrees that didn't do shit.
It's just crazy that professional complainer is like a legitimate job title. I mean, of course they're disguised as other things, but that's basically what it is. Like, you sit and you bitch about things, and it doesn't have to be relevant. You don't actually have to care about them. You just get paid to complain about stuff.
Well, they should just wrap it all. They should consolidate it all into just a degree called cultural critic. I'm serious. You could save so much money by just consolidating it all into one major of cultural critic. And it doesn't matter what your specific specialty is. They just give you the teaching tools for, okay, pick your whatever, whether it's body image or African American studies or feminism, and just say, okay, here's the plan. You fill in the blank with your particular area of complaining, and the playbook is the same. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
It doesn't. It doesn't change at all. It just find and replace feminism for fat shaming, for environmental diversity, whatever. It really doesn't matter.
What's crazy though is like the curriculum probably goes as something like, hey, here's this thing. We're going to give you this topic. How do you feel about it? I don't have a problem with it. Well, you got 2 days to have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Go. Figure it out.
That is how I had this one like, hey, how do you feel about a Confederate flag? I don't really don't care. But as a black person, how do you feel? I don't know how the race feel. Like, why should I be offended about this? You should, because you're a skin color. And this was a white person, by the way.
Mundane Matt says, professional complainers. So you mean YouTube commentators?
Hey, I would love to get a free degree in cultural critic for doing what I do. I'm not even. I mean, let's be honest here. We're not changing the world in any way, shape, or form. I don't pick one particular topic to be pissed off about at any particular moment. But I'm diversified. I'm a Swiss Army knife of complaining.
Yeah. We spread our complaining out.
Yeah, mine is a general studies cultural critic degree.
Yosef, I wanted to ask you. I remember about a week or so ago on Twitter, you had made a comment to a reporter, I believe it was, who had basically told everybody where to find the Proud Boys, and you made a comment, something like, "Are you trying to get us killed?"
Yes, I was so angry that day. I was beyond angry. So it's the Southern Poverty Law Center have been fucking with us for
that's what it was.
And we're currently suing the Southern Poverty Law Center because they label us as a hate group, and the type of hate we are is general hate, which doesn't mean jack shit.
Like, wait. What the fuck is general hate? You just hate everybody?
Well, no, we don't. Apparently, like, because, quote unquote, we don't like Muslim throwing off gays off the building. It's like, it's Islamophobe. Right there, they're Islamophobic. For not liking Muslim throwing off gays off buildings and cutting off clitoris. And so the Southern Poverty Law Center, we are one of their favorite targets. If you look at the Hate Watch YouTube channel, most of their videos is because it's for the Proud Boys, like against the Proud Boys did this, the Proud Boys at this rally. So Southern Poverty Law Center tweeted out that By the way, Oregon is you can carry your gun. You can conceal carry your gun without a license in Oregon at this rally the Proud Boys is going to go to, and they know that their group and their audience is far leftist. So like, what are you signaling to your side to bring guns to shoot us? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're not signaling to the right. And like, it's not like I'm tweeting this out or Gavin tweeting this out. It's like it's the left tweeting out. It is okay to bring guns to these things.
Yeah, just a heads up, no, don't read too much into it, but just so you know,
bring a gun here, yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Do you, with all the hate you get from groups like the Southern Poverty Law Center, does it make you nervous to identify as a Proud Boy?
Yeah. There's certain parts in Atlanta I can't go to because I get protested.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so certain like little 5 pointers, which I've been trolling lately at night. I can't go there because they know who I am. Latifah was looking for me there, but I really don't care because at the end of the day, a lot of the time the left they lie, and the reason why the Proud Boys exist at the end of the day is because Trump supporters was getting attacked, and we came out there and we started protecting Trump supporters. We started punching back. And news media wasn't reporting on all the Trump supporters that were getting attacked from like the other day at the Patriot Prayers rally, a transgender Trump supporter got jumped and got a black eye. Like the Antifa actively targeted the transgender Trump supporters because she would go against her interests. And this made no news, like none. It didn't make the news. It didn't make any main news outlets or any articles. No, I reported on it, but it's like, really? So like at the end of the day, the Proud Boys is needed because if we don't come out, then you guys are going to come up and beat up Trump supporters.
Real quick, STW asks, what are Proud Boys? Could you give our audience, just those who haven't heard you before, a brief description of what you guys are? I mean, you kind of just did, but...
Real quick, actually, that kind of bleeds into the question I was going to ask. So it kind of kills two birds with one stone. If I can ask my my question real quick, and I've been trying to figure out how to frame this exactly because coincidentally enough, earlier today I went on Facebook for like the first time I'd been on in like a month, and one of the first things I saw on my timeline was somebody asking, so what am I, he was asking like the ether, he was asking the community or whatever. He said, so what am I supposed to think about the Proud Boys? Because from what I've heard, they're racist, misogynistic, assholes or something like that. Well, so here's my question, and I'm trying to make sure I get this out. Because there's a lot that I've read about, the group and everything else. For a moment, sort of thought experiment, if you were in the shoes of someone like this guy who has heard things but doesn't really know exactly the specifics, what about the group do you think, objectively, would fuel those thoughts about the Proud Boys? And then after you've maybe listed off those, if there are any that you can think of, what would your response be to someone who would point those things out as evidence of wrongdoing? Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. I would say, and I tell this to every person who has those thoughts about the Proud Boys: meet your local Proud Boys chapter. We're all across the world. We just got a Japanese chapter, and have a beer with us and talk to us. That's the best. Because at the end of the day, the reason why the people have this guttural response for the Proud Boys is because the media throw around the terminology or the term alt-right so loosely. So you're like, well, these guys are alt-right, like Richard Spencer, and then in the same heartbeat, same sentence, you're like, and I'm just saying alt-right loosely, and the alt-right had a definitive definition. What is alt-right? And the core of alt-right is we are a white nationalist and we want an ethno state. At the core, while the Proud Boys is a multi-ethnic, we don't care who you go to bed with. We don't care who you pray to. We don't care what you believe in. You could be a liberal, me a Proud Boy. You can be, we have liberal. It's mostly libertarians. You could be conservative. You could be a boomer. We don't care. At the end of the day, you just admit that the West is the best, and Western civilization have created the freest country in the world. And through Western ideals and ideology, we have freed and brought more people out of poverty than any other system you ever will find. And there have never been a system where going up and down the economical ladder have ever been under the West. It's the only place where you can be free to be wherever you want to be, from a blue-haired feminist to a 280-pound fat Trump supporter to whatever you want to be. Is just the only place where you can be free is in the West.
That's fair. So basically, if I'm understanding what you said correctly, the difference between you and the alt-right is the alt-right is for like an ethno-state and you guys are for Western civilization.
Yes.
Okay. And I would agree with that. I've actually mentioned that many times. I don't care what color you are. I am for Western values. I am for free speech, for free expression, free press, free religious expression, the right to bear arms. These are the things that interest me. I don't give a fuck what color you are. If you believe in those things, you and me are tight. We're good.
That's for the even with the rally at Patriot Prayers. It was the Antifa side, which is pretty much all white guys, was targeting this one black Proud Boy, and he was going to go over there and kick their ass. And it was on the Tim Pool stream. You can go back and look at it. And another Proud Boy, a white Proud Boy, he held him back like, hell no, don't do that. You're my brother. No, we care for you. Don't do that. We're gonna look out for you. Don't do that. We're your brother. Don't care about them. You are me, I mean you. And people are like, well, that's cringy. But like, no, do you understand that these are the racist conservative, and he's telling a white Proud Boy is telling a black Proud Boy, you're my brother. I don't care what they believe or what they say about you. All I care is about we bleed the same blood. And that doesn't get on the media. And doesn't get in the media that, hey, they're attacking the black Proud Boy, and B, the so-called white racists is say, hey, we're all brothers here. I see past your skin color. No, we care about the same value, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to go. I do want to address the owning libs thing that you were asked about earlier. I've noticed this started, as far as I can tell, with Ben Shapiro. How do you feel about Ben?
He's
that. Yeah, I get you. But go ahead and answer.
Well, I watch. Don't get me wrong. I watch Ben Shapiro every day, but I feel like he's sometimes he is too far up his own ass sometimes.
I would agree.
So he thinks that he's always right, and he see everything like this is this and this is that, this is this and this and everything box. I feel like Ben Shapiro is kind of guy where like he's in the bed with his wife, and his wife like Ben, make me come. He's like, well, I'm doing it right now. What are you doing? I was like, what?
I just think
1 second.
Well, like with the Alex Jones getting banned off of everything, Ben, I don't know if he was happy about it, but he didn't come out in support of free speech like he would with almost anyone else, because he has this professional rivalry against like InfoWars. And go ahead.
Yeah, he does. And at the end of the day, with them banning Alex Jones, I saw this article today was they say, well, Joe Rogan's need to be banned too. Like, I tell people, like, don't think that it's going to stop at Alex Jones. They're going to use this to ban everybody they disagree with. And I saw this other this senator was like, well, I could regulate. This was great that just happened. 1 second.
What the fuck is going on with chat? Did YouTube change the format for it? Not that I'm aware of. Sith, does it look different for you?
No, they're updating Gmail with a new look and interface. I don't know if that's affecting or anything else.
On that topic, though, since he's
sorry about that. I had my auntie came downstairs.
Oh no, that's cool. That's cool, dude.
But that's pretty much what Ben. They're going after Joe Rogan. Even I saw some far leftists they coming after us too. Don't think that it's going to affect conservative.
Well, with that, Ben had a thing there for a while, and a lot of people who work for or with him started doing this thing to own libs, doing this to own libs, and like it was a bad thing to try to one up a liberal who's being stupid, which is kind of what I got from the comment that you read. That the Proud Boys are just trying to own the libs. I don't see what's bad with that. I don't see what's wrong with having fun, poking fun at somebody who's being stupid, and owning the fuck out of them.
No, I don't. It's not. This is the thing. It's not hard to own libs. Because the same
it's really not.
No, the same reporter was getting angry because of Trump, quote unquote, separating children at the border. And I wasn't trying to own her, but I was just like, do you know? I was like, this is what I told her. Do you know that 80% of children that cross the border without the parents? They also know the other half that children is being actually smuggled across the border by child traffickers. It's actually a very small section. Do you feel like we should change the laws because of that small section of children? And she thought I was trolling her. Like, I'm not trolling you. This is true. And it's funny that you get so emotional. So it's like not like we're owning the libs because no, we're really trying to do that. We own the libs because you guys are easy to own. You guys are easy to troll. Like even with the OK symbol. Like I have a Proud Boy tattoo in the inside of my index finger just to mess with liberals.
Real quick, as your Phoenix asks, not to be pushy about it, Monkey, but will you ask if the Proud Boys will be able to go to Kilroy next year? I'd really like to meet some of them. If you're in Phoenix, you guys, I'm assuming would have a chapter in Phoenix, right?
Yes.
Is Kilroy 2 happening?
I don't know if it's a definite or not.
Oh, okay.
What I was going to say though is I would meet up with the local chapter, man. As Yosef said, go have a beer with them, or if you're too young to drink, then Azure says, "Yeah, I already got my tickets." Okay, I didn't know it was even a thing, but
I'll be there.
Hey, there you go. But yeah, meet up with the local chapter, man. They're all over the country, and there's a lot of people who. Some of what you guys do, there's violence involved. If you guys remember the video of that Antifa guy being a dickhole and swinging a flag at everybody, and somebody just fucking clocks him and knocks him the fuck out. Yeah, that was a Proud Boy.
Yeah, that was Rufio, and that's not his only video. Have you seen the video of 4 middle-aged white guys beat up 15 Antifa? That was also Rufio.
I have not seen that one, but I will check it out. I don't necessarily think violence is always a bad thing, and I think sometimes Antifa needs their ass kicked. I think if they got their asses kicked more, they would stop acting like fucking morons.
No, don't get me wrong. I have clocked a couple of heads mostly because I'm not a small dude, and so like.
Satsu, are you still here?
I'm here.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, so I'm not a small dude. Antifa with that video, they was throwing flash grenades at the group. They started it. They came over and started punching Proud Boys, and we start punching back, and then they start complaining like how could you guys do this? Like, well, like you guys came over here, we had a rally, and you started punching us and throwing no fire grenades. So like if it's like this, if the Proud Boys had a rally and the Antifa didn't show up, nothing will happen. If Antifa had a rally and the Proud Boys didn't show up, stuff will still happen.
Yeah, we've talked about that many times about how there's a lot of rallies. If Antifa would just keep their asses home, it wouldn't make the news. I mean, it would just be a rally for whatever group that they're bitching about at that time. Real quick, I need to do this. Chat, it's about 2 minutes early, but we do have a guest, so I'm going to go ahead and start chat time now. Questions, comments, concerns, throw them into chat now. Yosef here is a member of the Proud Boys, so if you have a question about that, throw it in there. He's also a fan of, I can't believe I'm going to say this, anime. So if you want to ask questions, I'm sure we could get him and Satsu talking for days about that.
Monkey, why you got to be hating, man? I'm
not hating. I'm not an anime guy, and so I judge you guys for it.
You could be if you let the anime inside of you.
I like
whoa.
Yes,
What?
Release and let it slip inside.
Yeah, just let it slip.
Flair says, "Have you run the idea by the guys?" Yes, I have. Flair had the idea that we should set up a email account where you guys can email us and we can all access it. We're maybe it's a maybe at the moment. It's not a bad thing. Azir Phoenix wants to know, how do I find the local chapter of the Proud Boys? How would he find that?
You go to the official Proud Boys account on Twitter. It's the one that's verified, and the left have been trying to verify that account for a while. And you just talk to them to find your local chapter, and they will direct you to the chapter of that section. And then you just go to a meetup. You have some beers. You talk politics, and we'll have some fun. Like I say, it's a really fun time because it's a bunch of guys who want to have beer, want to have fun, and want to talk politics. Civil, no talk.
RJ asks, oxycodone that Brian France was arrested for having is related to cocaine. Thoughts? If he was prescribed it, I mean, there's no reason he couldn't have it. But you got to be careful with that stuff. It is a controlled substance.
Cocaine?
Oxycodone.
Oh, it's like cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Did they watch Darlings in the Franks? And if so, what's their opinion on it?
It was great up until episode 15 when things went real weird. Even though I don't personally have a problem with the ending, it was weird and it was strange and it took some turns that I didn't expect, but it's worth watching. So check it out.
Have you seen that one, Yosef?
No.
It's new. It's recent. So if you haven't watched anything that just came out, then you probably missed it. But it's a relatively new one that just all the episodes are out and it just ended. So
wow, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, pretty good.
Toast says Proud Boys honestly seem a lot like a secular Western centric Masonic temple type of group. Is that what they are? Kind of yes, but no. Like the Masonic group, the Masons, they sprung up out of building. That's what Masons were. But otherwise, yeah, that you guys seem it's. Do you have women in the Proud Boys?
No, it's all males. We have a female chapter which calls the Proud Boys girls or the wives or girlfriends like that. But no, it's all male. You have to have you can't be a transgender male. The rules is you have to have a penis and balls between your legs.
There you go. So yeah, it's a men's club basically.
What happened to the stream? Huh?
What happened to the stream?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't hear this anymore. Maybe.
I don't know. Check Your Logic just asked that, so I didn't know if.
My stream still seems to be going strong on my side. Thank you so much, Toasted Network. Why does Wikipedia call the Proud Boys far right?
We're not. It's Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a far left part of the internet now because that Asian reporter that had all those racist tweets.
Sarah Young,
yeah. It have nothing on her Wikipedia that shows about the controversy about that. Nothing. But on the Proud Boys,
I've been watching Christina Hoff Summers talking about that the last couple of days because there's been kind of a fight at Wikipedia over whether to put any of that shit on there.
Yes, but with the Proud Boys, anything that's connected slightly to the Proud Boys or seen to the Proud Boys, they add to our Wikipedia. So a Proud Boys that kicked out the Proud Boy that had been kicked out still made it on the Proud Boy official Wikipedia. Either we booted them out. So I don't know.
Guys, watch the video Scribe did. What was it, about 6 days ago now? The Wikipedia one.
Oh yeah, it's Wikipedian scorned or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, check that video out if you want a understanding of what's going on at Wikipedia right now. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Check out the video. It's a good video. I was watching it today, and I had one of those moments, and I told Scribe this earlier. It's like, how the fuck did you sit through this? Because I wanted to reach through the screen and slap the guy.
Now, truth be told, I honestly do want to try to understand people, even if I will probably never agree with them. I still am trying to comprehend, just so I can not completely lock myself out from, I prevent my own echo chamber. Let's say.
Okay. You guys are not going to give a shit about this at all, but I have to.
Oh, this is about anime, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
I have to
Throw it out there.
There's a show that came out. It's not super recent. It's been out for a while now, called One Punch Man, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And the concept of this show is this hero is so unbelievably powerful that every villain he faces, he kills them with one hit. And the story is very interesting because it basically tackles what your life would be if you had reached the power level so powerful that nothing was a challenge to you anymore. And he's got this internal struggle that he's dealing with where he's just like, I'm just too fucking strong. And there's nothing that poses a threat to me. And literally nothing in this show has ever physically injured him. Even the most world busting, he was fighting this thing that was so otherworldly powerful that it was unbelievable. He didn't even visibly damage him. That whole fight, it took longer than other fights, and it took more than one punch, and everybody was like, oh, wow. But he never got injured, that whole fight. But people have been trying to compare this parody of a superhero to other people saying, well, do you think that person can beat him? The answer is no. Every time. It is no matter what. It doesn't matter who you pair. I don't care who you think can win. Like he was written to be invincible. So stop pairing people against him saying, oh, I think Goku could beat him, or maybe no, he can't. Nobody can. That's how he was written. Let it go.
John Smith says, Monkey asked the guest the 2 questions. He's already answered those on a previous stream, so you'll have to go watch those to see it. Jaster wants to know, what are the general Proud Boys' thoughts on the Oath Keepers?
The Oath Keepers? I mean, the 3%ers?
I've heard of Oath Keepers before, but I don't know I don't remember what they are. You're gonna make me Google this shit.
I think those are
Oath Keepers. Oh, I kept thinking of the Promise Keepers. That was like a religious Christian thing.
They're listed as a anti-government American far-right organization associated with the Patriot and militia movements. Do you guys have thoughts on that? I mean,
not really. We in the Proud Boys core tenets or core, I guess, what we're trying to express and try to really bring out to the world is like, hey, have kids, start a business, get off drugs, stop wanking your penis too often. This is a thing called no wank because it's come up every time.
I don't like that, man. I see. No. I was thinking about checking out the Proud Boys, but I ain't fucking with y'all now.
The reason is to build up so much sexual tension in the male, so you have sex. Really, is to go out and meet women and try to bang them to bring in babies. That's the reason for that, is to make as much baby as possible.
Now, what if you're a married man? What if you're a married man and either you're not having any more babies or your wife's pregnant?
Then we don't care.
All right, that's fair enough. Guys, I'm sorry that there's been a lot of questions and comments here. If I've missed yours, I apologize. I'm trying to scroll up and see. I
see the Earth is flat. I got a funny flat Earth story. I got to tell you.
Oh, please.
I work at Home Depot. It was late. We closed at 10, and this guy comes in around like maybe like 9:30, 9:40. So I'm well past of not giving a fuck because it's like late at night. And he comes in, and it was like this dude got like either he's at one point in his life been on meth, or no, his mother was on meth. But there's meth somewhere down his bloodline. It's like one of these guys. So he comes in, Home Depot, like, I'm looking for, and he's like, hey man, I need. Shut you down. I need a thermostat because I want to see if the water is colder at night or is the water colder from the sun. I like, wait, what? Like, yeah, man. So like, I don't get paid enough to explain that one is a giant rock and the other one's a burning ball of plasma. But thermostat is over here, sir. I'm gonna show you right quick. So as I'm walking to the thermostat, it's like, hey man, he looks around. Oh, gets real quiet. Hey, you know the Earth is flat, right? Like, what? Yeah. They're trying to hide it. Yeah, you don't believe me, man. You don't believe me. but the Earth is flat. Nobody actually seen the curves of the Earth. It's impossible. So he goes in this whole spiel of how he explained that this is a giant ice border or giant ice wall, and
all around,
there's people that they will shoot you on sight if you get too close to the wall. So like, all right, well, thermostat is over there, sir, and I'll see you later. So apparently he went around Home Depot and was telling all the associates about the flat Earth, and he went to this one Jamaican dude, and like Jamaicans don't hear shit like that, so he comes up like, oh my god, like he smelled like, yeah, the brother right there, he said the Earth is flat, and it was hilarious because like it's like you can imagine that this doesn't come up in Jamaican culture about a flat Earth,
right? Yeah,
this is like a uniquely first world thing that the Earth is flat.
Wait, I've never understood the point of the flat Earth thing. Even if it is, it doesn't affect my life at all. I don't give a fuck. But the whole thing about that you can't see a curvature of the Earth.
I mean, you can. If you go high enough, like there's literally videos of people going.
Well, watch a ship come over the horizon. You know how
what they say to that. Yeah. Well, what they say to that, Scribe, is if you're watching a ship and it disappears over the horizon, if you get binoculars, you can see it again. And then if it gets further away, if you get a telescope, you can see it again. And they're not wrong. You can. Until it goes around.
Right, until it goes over the horizon again. Like, what the okay.
Until it actually goes over the horizon. What you're seeing at first is just it's gotten too far out of eyesight.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scribe, ever think of doing some black and white movies and movies you should have watched, or are they just too old?
Well, I mean, I had always wanted to bring in something like The Third Man, which is kind of classic noir. But, you know, it's so specialized, and it's not like the stuff that Monkey and I have covered so far have been sort of like movies that have been sort of nostalgic to our growing up in some fashion, for the most part. Not every movie, but for the most part, it's been something like that. And, you know, yes, but I don't think it quite falls within the kind of stuff that we would do. And it wouldn't be, I mean, the Third Man is like one of my favorite classic movies, but it's also not sort of something that you can make, I think, an entertaining discussion about because it's a little bit more serious and you have to have a certain taste for that kind of stuff. So yes and no, I guess is after my convoluted answer.
Thank you, Snubbirth. He asks, what's Proud Boy's opinion of porn?
That's well, it's like this. We have an official statement on porn, and then we have the Proud Boys' actual what they do. So, porn, they tend to, yeah, we're hypocrites on that. We're like, don't watch porn, but yeah, we don't care about that.
And thank you, Cryptic. Proud Boys need an Asian rep. He could be called Rice Boy. For the record, Cryptic is Asian. He can make those jokes, guys. Jesus.
Well, we just got a new Japanese chapter.
There you go. Snipper says you missed the super chat. I got it, but I remembered it as soon as it scrolled past. I apologize for that. Let's see. What other questions do we have here, guys? Did cavemen experience mental illness and or have suicidal thoughts? Probably not. They were probably too busy trying to survive. Yeah. You might have had one crazy dude who ran around with his wiener out into the mouth of a volcano, but for the most part, I think they were just trying to survive. Do you think the Three Stooges would trigger SJWs? Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, these days, yeah.
Without a doubt. Apparently, a lot of guys are having issues with YouTube right now. I apologize. That is not on our side of things. That is strictly them.
I think they would try to like psychoanalyze here are the problematic parts of their relationship, and there are some signs of insert psycho.
Oh, it'd be like they're promoting violence. They're making light of physical or mental disability, etc.
There's also no female stooge.
Well, that too, but also like Harpo, like a mute. Like, oh, you're trivializing the handicap of being mute or something. Yeah, you can see that all over the place.
Let's see. I'm scrolling back up trying to find questions, guys. If you want to throw them back in chat, please do so. But I'm trying to find.
Oh yeah,
you guys have been active today, which is awesome. But sometimes that's also a pain in the ass because I can't find the questions. How long have the Proud Boys been around?
About almost 3 years now.
And you've already got the designation from the Southern Poverty Law Center of being like the worst people in the world. That's awesome. Good for you guys.
Yeah, because we punch people that's punching Trump supporters.
Yeah. How dare you hit back?
Yeah. How he's defending himself. How dare he?
Pyrus Creed asks, how old is Grand Monkey? She is 3 now. 3 and ready to rule the world.
Hey, Grand Monkey.
I'm so happy she might be spending the night tomorrow night, and I miss her.
Oh.
Should I be concerned?
Oh, go ahead.
I was to say, should I be concerned that both my dad and my mom are asking me about Squishy being pregnant?
No, man, that's a parent thing. We can't help it.
It's like, why are you getting married so quick? Is there something going on?
Oh no. If she was pregnant, I wouldn't be able to sit this long on stream.
That reminds me, are you going to be here Thursday?
You'll know for sure Thursday morning. I'll let you guys know earlier that day because I'm not really sure what my mom's plans are, but she definitely wanted to do something after, but they're talking about moving it to Friday. So I might not be here Friday, but Thursday, I do believe I'll still be here, but we had plans to go somewhere right after the wedding or whatever, but now everybody's like, yeah, Thursday's a bad day. Just like, well, y'all the ones who brought it up. Me and Squishy were like, we're gonna go home and fuck. But you know,
yeah, guys, for those of you who missed it, Satsu is getting married this week, either Thursday or Friday. So don't forget to wish him well. He's gonna get an old ball and chain. Although she's not old, she's young and a sweetheart. So,
hey, good look, man.
Thank you.
Hey,
do you guys know?
There's one question.
Oh, go ahead.
Is there a beautiful black queen?
She don't know what she is.
Squishy's a mix.
She don't know what the hell she is.
Oh, well, those kind of types of people, a good way to piss those kind of people, makes people off. Because my girls have Chinese, half black. Is like, she got to eat for 2 races. So you got to watch out.
Oh my god, she got to eat for 2 races. I ain't never heard that before.
It gets them every time.
Jen wants to know if 7 Days to Die is still a go tomorrow.
Yeah, we're still good for 7 Days to Die tomorrow. We should be at least. But once again, I will let you know for sure. Because as far as I know, there are no plans for us to do anything tomorrow.
I just thought of the worst joke. So it was like what Yosef just said. You have to eat for 2 races. So if you've got
I got one worse.
If you got a Korean and a black girl mix, she likes soul food.
Oh my god, Scribe.
Oh Jesus.
For my wedding, I'm gonna say today we're gonna see the holy matrimony of fried chicken and fried rice come together.
Fried chicken.
I got some congratulations there in chat for you, Satsu. Shiogarath asked, what's the least amount of money you'd take to have gay relations with someone else? Why would your dad tell you? Cryptic, thank you. Half Asian and black equals blackanese.
Mm-hmm.
The worst joke I got is still the black Jewish joke. That's the worst one I have.
Oh my god. Is that how we're going out tonight? Is this where we're going? We're gonna.
Oh, Seth's never heard this joke before.
Oh god.
No, I don't think he has. Go ahead and hit us with it.
Hey Seth, you know what the worst part of being a black Jew?
What?
Sitting in the back of the gas chambers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Shieldrath knew what that was going. He threw him back of the oven.
Squishy approves.
Oh, is Squishy there? Hi, Squish.
Hi.
Satsu, are you going to live stream the wedding?
We're going to try to, but if we don't get a chance to, like for some reason, like the internet connection is just really bad, because if we do stream, it's going to have to be through a phone, and you know how that goes. We are going to retrieve all of the things that you guys bought through the registry, and I know some people. I know they give you an option to like leave little messages and stuff or whatever. We'll open all that stuff live for you guys, and just have a separate celebration if that doesn't really work out. And I mean, we'll probably end up streaming anyway, because I know you guys like to see Squishy all happy.
My question is, if you live stream and you get super chat, do you like as you live streaming, like, oh, we want to thank everyone. Wait, hold on. I got to do this live stream right quick. Let the super chat right quick, guys.
Yeah, can you imagine the super chat lighting up when the just as a piece or priest or whoever goes, if anybody objects.
I will.
Right. If anybody objects,
20 now comes up. I object.
Right. Just fucking
read it.
Let's see what else do we have here. Would you ever Shieldgarath? I'm going to stop reading what you're writing. You're going to get me in trouble. Let's see. We got some high squishies in there. Can you ask Lady Monkey to stop thinking about y'all's daughter? She keeps dressing me like a Disney princess. RJ, you are strangely weird, and I love you for it.
Oh, I guess some funny news. Ohio went red, and apparently every candidate that Cortez or Casio or Cortez backed lost. Every one of them.
Oh, do we have results?
Let's see.
Let's pull up my Drudge report here. Republicans hold Ohio.
Wow.
Ohio seat stays red. There's another thing. Look, guys.
How about them wave?
There's a lot of people who don't like Trump, but his endorsement seems to be helping. I mean, he's only only lost one, and that was that really weird dude.
Or at least the endorsement of the people on the other side is not helping.
Sure. Cryptic, thank you. My cousins are half black. I just put on Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa every time they come over.
Oh my God.
Cryptic, you're going to get me in trouble. One more time, YouTube. He's Asian. He can make these jokes.
And you got to read those, Monkey.
So, Michigan, John James. That's a weird name. He won tonight in Michigan.
Jay Willie wants to know if he can be a gay Proud Boy. Proud Boys can be gay, can't they?
Yep. Do you know who Chadwick Moore is?
Not off the top of my head.
He's a Fox. He goes on Fox a lot, but he's a Proud Boy, and also Milo's a Proud Boy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Have you got to meet Milo?
I have not in real life.
I want to meet Milo. Milo, I know he's kind of fallen out of favor with people. I fucking love Milo. His sense of humor is amazing.
Well, Milo will be. This is for everybody. If you want to party with the Proud Boys next month on September. Right here. September the 6th to September the 10th, we'll be partying in Las Vegas. Milo will be there. Milo, Gavin Candace, Chadwick Moore. We'll all be there in Vegas partying for that weekend.
Cool. So there you go, guys. Proud Boys in Vegas. We got 7 minutes left, guys. So questions, comments, concerns, throw them in there. Remember, we have a second anime fan here, so now's the time to throw it out there.
Speaking of anime, just now, Caitlyn Jenner wants to play as a Marvel villain. Is it safe to call her an X-Man?
Oh, damn. See, guys, I told you it's fun hanging out with Yosef.
Wait a minute. I just got...
You just got that, didn't you?
It just slapped me right in the face.
Okay. Have any of you seen the anime? I can't even say that. Satsu, what's that word?
Huh? What happened?
Tall person in chat.
Inuyashiki.
There you go. I haven't seen it.
I haven't. A girl watched it.
That show is fucking crazy, dude. I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen a lot of the previews on it. It's fucking insane. It is. I can't even explain it. Like, I would have to watch it first before I could give you, like, because me explaining to you what I saw in the trailers, you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah.
Thoughts on Bill Elliott returning behind the wheel of a race car this weekend? I actually don't follow NASCAR.
Yeah.
But you're white.
I am white, but I'm not a redneck, and I don't.
Ask Bloodwing.
The only thing I like about NASCAR is the crashes, and those they show you the clips when they happen, so I don't have to watch it to see.
Yeah.
Has your guest ever watched Initial D? I don't know. Have you ever watched Initial D?
I haven't.
Initial D? No.
Okay, so what were you watching before the stream?
I was watching a One Piece. I was cutting extremely close.
A One Piece. Is that the name of it?
No, it's called One Piece.
It's called One Piece. It's called One Piece. I was cutting it extremely close. I hopped in the stream like maybe 30 seconds before we went live.
You did indeed. That's why I was asking. Jacob says, hey, I ain't no dang redneck. Okay, I know not everybody who likes NASCAR is a redneck, but most of you are.
I can't fuck with One Piece, man.
Why not?
I watched it when it first, like around the time when it was like, just coming out, and I would catch all the episodes or whatever. But by the time I realized that I hadn't watched it in a while, and they're like, yeah, you got to catch up. I'm like, how many episodes? They're like, about 1,000. I'm like,
hey,
sorry.
946.
Sorry.
that's so far away from 1,000.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck that shit. And then there's like 10 movies. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I am okay with not knowing what the fuck is going on in that show.
So no, I'm maybe 500 episodes in at this point.
Jesus. Couldn't do it.
And I had to watch from the very beginning. It's like, I guess, damn it, because now it was really good. It's like the fight scenes are crazy. The story is coming to an end.
Wait, how long is each episode?
Yeah,
they're like 24 minutes.
Well, it's 24.
Jesus.
Technically, it's 24 minutes, but they do a recap every episode, so it's really like 60 minutes.
Jesus
16
Christ.
minutes times 500. Holy fuck.
No, times 1,000.
Well, yeah, I mean, with the ones he's watched so far.
Oh, that he's watched so far, yeah. Shiogorath, thank you so much. Won't let me send my message. I don't know why. Like I said, YouTube is apparently screwing up tonight.
Oh, no, they know what kind of person you are, Shio.
They've seen your messages. Where was that? Somebody asked, and I'm sorry who it was. I forget, and I can't find it. What's your favorite anime, Yosef?
Favorite anime?
Yeah.
Let me pick some normie stuff. Steven Universe. That's my favorite anime.
Oh my god!
Best answer ever. Let's see.
Congratulations, you will not be invited on this stream.
So some normie shit.
Teen Titans Go, yo!
There you go.
They know that they're revamping the original Teen Titans. Thank God.
Dude, I don't know why people hate Teen Titans. I mean, well, I know why people hate Teen Titans Go so much, but I think it's hilarious.
I don't hate it. I just brought it up because it's like a cartoon that I know that people watch.
No, I know, but like I know that people get really, just the mention of it, they're just like fuming. Just like, calm down, dude.
So we mentioned Teen Titans. Do you think Weibo will actually show up? She's got 3 minutes.
Well, we said it 3 times at least, so she'll just like materialize.
Okay. Jeffrey, stop trying to be an asshole, man. Just enjoy the stream. Have some fun.
What happened?
He's the flat earther who's he tries to be more edgy than he actually is.
Well, Jeffrey says anime sucks as he's like trying to scroll through his library and like, what should I watch tonight?
Have you seen Terraformers?
Terraformers? I didn't watch the whole show, but that show is strange, dude. Basically, I'm gonna give you a quick. I think I might have told you guys this before, but there's like, and I might not even be explaining this right, but from my understanding, apparently they sent roaches into space. And they were out there, and they got like
roach. Oh.
They turned into fucking like super beings or whatever, and they went to go like investigate, and they were like killing them and shit. I don't know, it's weird, but these roaches look like big fucking cocky ass bodybuilders, and they kill the fuck out of some people in that show.
Roaches. Why?
Can your waifu pillow stand up right on its own?
Oh, gross.
That's nasty.
If you throw it down to the ground, it will break.
Oh, let's
dude.
see.
That is intense.
Here. Will you put the will you put the registry link in the description box? Satsu, can you send that to me? And I will definitely throw it in there, guys.
Oh shit, yeah. There's like
It'll
one
be
more
after the
minute
stream.
though.
With that, no, it's actually going to be time to wrap this up because by the time I'm done, we will be at the 11 o'clock mark. Chat, thank you guys so much for the super chats. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that and how much I appreciate you guys just for showing up every night to listen to the weird and wonderful shit we come up with. Scribe, Satsu, it is a pleasure as always. Yosef, dude, it's been way too long. I always enjoy having you on. You are a wonderful guest, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Well, I thank you.
Everyone, your life makes us sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye
guys.
Night, everyone.
Night, night.